What is up, guys? Jake from OneHive here with another Clash video, and this is going to be an ongoing series with some very special people, the CWL forecast for the upcoming weekend wars. And as you guys probably already know, if you don't, go over and check out the first part of this video on his channel. Powerbang is with me today. What's up, Powerbang?
What's up, Jake? Thanks for having me on the channel. It's an honor to be here on OneHive Raids. And as Jake mentioned, go check out my channel for the first half of this ranking forecast, or not rankings, but the forecast for these teams in upcoming in week 2. So
Yeah,
you
if you're
want
if
to
you're
lead us
just
into the
tuning
matchups?
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, you are coming in halfway through, so definitely go check that out. And just real quick, we'll mention that in the future of these videos, you'll see it talked about on Powerbank's channel. Ash is going to be here with us. He's on a plane flying to Finland, so we couldn't get him this week. He's too important. He's too big for me and Powerbank. But in the
He big
future,
leagued us, man. He
he
big leagued
did.
us.
He hot-hatted us. It's all right. We still love him. He'll be here next week. But yeah, let's jump right into it. The first one, I love this matchup, and I cannot wait to see the outcome of it and to hear what you think about it. Warwells versus Bada Bing Clan.
For me, I feel like these two clans are a different tier of competition. I feel like War Whales is head and shoulders above the majority of the league as far as their capability. They came out and proved it in week 1, taking down the champs. Dark Looters was undefeated previously. Granted, that goes back to last season, but the Dark Looters have done nothing but improve their roster over time, and War Whales was able to overcome that. So I see War Whales in a handily won victory this week over Bada Bing Clan.
Wow, interesting. I'm not going to disagree with you on the outcome, but I think the war is going to be closer than what you think. Bada Bing Clan, they beat Cold September pretty big, and granted, they had some struggles and whatnot, but Bada Bing Clan, I think, is going to be really hyped for this. Like you just said, Warwells sort of took the target off of Dark Looter's back and placed it firmly on their own. And speaking from experience, when you get that target on your back, everybody brings their A game. Everybody's focused, everyone's hyped, and everyone puts in the hours that maybe sometimes your guys aren't putting in. It can make a difference. So I do think Warwells are going to win. Obviously a powerhouse, but I think it's going to be close.
I hope that everybody brings their best effort and their best performance because I love these tight, close wars where they come down to the wire. I hate it when they're 5 or 6 stars apart and the outcome's a foregone conclusion. So I really hope that it's a
Yeah.
close war. I just don't think it's going to be in this matchup.
We'll see. We'll see. All right. North Remembers versus One Hive 2.0.
This is two classics, man. These clans both go back a long time. OneHive 2.0 coming off a tight loss this week. They had beast mode and went down by 1 star. I think they need to turn it around at the Town Hall 10 level, only picking up 1 3-star this past week. But assuming they can kind of get things right, North Remembers is a clan that's very beatable right now. They've had their struggles as of late. I wish them nothing but the best and hope that they can rebound. I just don't think it's going to be this week against OneHive 2.0. Got to give them the edge.
I think you pretty much nailed it. I can't agree more. I think One Hive's going to 2.0 is going to come out really focused, really strongly, and obviously North Remembers, as you said, having their struggles right now. I think they are a clan that has a legacy, a name that's been around forever. That as well as I do. They've been on the war scene for a long, long time. They're going to get better,
Absolutely.
but yeah, probably not before 2 days from now.
It's funny, and you and I both know this because we've had war clans for a long, long time, and it's all cyclical, right? Like you
Oh
go
yeah,
through your high moments where you're tops in the game, or at least top tier, and then you have other lower moments where people don't give you the respect that you may have once had. And I feel like North Remembers is on the valley portion of that graph, and they
yeah.
will be back. They have the name, they have the history. They have the experience. They will be back, but like you said, 2 days is an awful short amount of time to get things right.
Yep, I would agree with you on that one, buddy.
All right, Immoral Thieves versus the Killer Bunnies.
Whew, boy, this is going to be another one that I'm going to throw in that close category. Killer Bunnies lost week 1, but it was very close against Fake Orgasm. I think two strong clans there going at it, and Immoral Thieves did win, but against Power COC, who we know has had some issues. I think I think Immoral Thieves is going to win, but I think it's going to be close.
I like the pick. I'm gonna also pick Immoral Thieves in this one. In week 1, Killer Bunnies was not able to secure a single Town Hall 10 triple. And that right now seems to be a very big differentiator between a lot of the clans in the league.
Hmm.
You see, like I've been tracking these stats, right? And probably half of the league is dropping 3 or 4 or more Town Hall 10 versus 10 triples, and then you've got another half of the league that's getting maybe one or two at the most.
Right,
And they did
right.
not secure a single one. I think they were the only clan in the league that didn't get a triple. And that right there, I don't think is going to bode well for them against Immoral Thieves because they have some quality guys over there. And I think Immoral Thieves takes this one by 2 or 3 stars.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Good pick. But another one I'm really looking forward to is Buy Forever Spartan's Legacy.
That is a tough pick right now because Buy Forever has been hot lately. But Spartan's legacy has been dominant ever
Yeah.
since last season. After about week 6, they started off the season 3-3 in week 1 and just went on an absolute terror since then. They got things right. Their Town Hall 10s and 11s really stepped up, and they're putting up big numbers this week. Week 1. Season 2, they put up 6 Town Hall 10 triples, which was the number 2 mark in the league, and they had the highest total destruction percentage, the highest amount of stars, and they really took care of business against Suomi Caught Cat in week 1. So I got to give Spartans Legacy the win. I think Buy Forever will play well, but Spartans Legacy is too much for them to handle.
Yeah, I think you got it mostly right. Spartan's Legacy is just a monster right now, and probably in my top five for sure. Buy Forever did really well, and I don't know if you know, but Buy Forever was sort of my pick for a clan that nobody was talking about to win. If you nailed me down and said, "Hey, pick somebody that nobody's picking, a true underdog to win," I pick Buy Forever. Now, I don't think they're going to win, but that would be my true Cinderella story pick. But
For
this
for
is
the
a
whole season or
tall
for just this week, or like what do you mean
for
by
the
that?
whole season. For the whole season,
Wow.
if you said, "Hey, pick someone that again, you got the common names, Dark Looters, One Hive, Spartans. Like you got these people that a lot of people throw the name out. The
Sure.
conversation was someone that nobody is picking to win. Who would it be?" That was my answer.
Huh.
Because again, we wore them in the offseason. They won that war, and I was truly impressed. Not just that we had a bad war; they did well. But but Spartan's legacy is a tall order, and the fact that they are my Cinderella story, not my true pick, I think Spartan Legacy wins this one, and probably by 3 or 4 stars.
For sure.
But
No, I
I
agree.
would not be surprised if they jumped up and gave them a run for their money.
I think that Buy Forever will play well. Like we've played both of those clans fairly recently. Spartan's Legacy in the last couple of weeks, and Buy Forever maybe like a month ago. We won both of those wars, but like Buy Forever, um, I just felt that they're not quite on the same level. But they have been
Yeah.
getting better. I have the unique privilege of seeing all of the warlogs of every clan, and I can see
Hmm.
who they've beaten recently, like what they're doing, and who's hot, who's not, type of thing. Buy Forever has
Right.
been a very strong clan over the last month or so. So got to
Yep.
give massive shout out to them.
Yep. Indeed. All right, man. The Swarm versus a clan you may have heard of, WHF.
Oh man, this is going to be one of the bigger matchups of the week. I think. To give a little bit of background on this one, the Swarm and WHF just had a 50v50 war. It was arranged, and it went down roughly a week ago, and it went down to the last couple attacks. The Swarm pulled out the victory 143 to 141. They had a Town Hall 11 triple at the buzzer to kind of give them that extra padding. But it was a really, really impressive war from both sides. And I feel that, if we bring our A game in WHF, I feel we've got a legitimate shot to take them down. But I also feel that it's going to be our toughest war of the season. Um, I want to root for WHF. I'm going to make the bias pick that we're gonna take them down and show up. But at the same time, I know a lot of people are expecting the Swarm to pull this one off. Over the past, I would say, basically since the midway point of last season, we started season 1 of the CWL 1-5. I mean, it was atrocious. We had a whole bunch of people leave the roster. We had to rebuild, and unfortunately, the CWL waits for no one. So we knew we'd be fine. It was just going to take some time, but we righted the ship. We got some key players in house. We're dropping a lot of Town Hall 10 and 11 triples right now, and we performed very well over the last 2 or 3 months. So I like our chances. I'll go ahead and take WHF in this one.
Yeah, I assumed. I assumed. And I am glancing at your schedule right now, and I would say, besides this other clan called OneHive, this probably is y'all's toughest war. And because of that, I'm probably going to have to give the nod to the Swarm. But I will say, I think this is a war that is winnable. I think you don't ever count WHF out. You guys have a huge talent pool and a lot of good attackers. But one of the main reasons I'm giving Swarm this is just the performances in Week 1. They were dominant, and you guys did have a nice convincing win, but from your own mouth on your stream, it seemed like you weren't firing on all cylinders. It wasn't just a man, week one, here we come, get out of our way type performance. I think
I
you would agree with
agree
that.
100% on that, man. I can't
Yeah.
fault you at all for that pick. The Swarm came out in week 1, and they dropped 8 Town Hall 10 triples. Like,
Yeah,
8! What the
they're just
heck?
savages. Yeah,
That's
they're just
insane.
savages. Yeah,
Insane. So I feel like we're gonna bring better bases to the table, than
I
what they
agree.
faced
I
in
agree.
week 1. So I hope to limit that a little bit, but at the same time, you're right. We did not perform up to par at all, in week 1. As a matter of fact, I felt like we were, like, literally probably the worst war since, like, week 3 of season 1, and it was horrible. Like, our 9s, we had to dip to clear 9s. We
Yeah.
took tons of attacks to clear 10v11, and we still managed to walk away with 5 Town Hall 10 triples in that war. I don't know how we did it, but, it would have been cool to have some scouts for those guys that were, like, fresh hit tripling 10s.
Yeah, it was a strange war. There's no question. I think you guys do have some excellent base builders. So I don't see the Swarm getting 8 Town Hall 10 triples, but I do give them the nod on that one. Would not be surprised if WHF shocked the world and knocked them out. But
We hope to.
yeah, I know. Good luck to you guys. All right. The
Thank you.
next one, War and Glory versus Tactical Inc.
I really like this matchup, man. Both of these teams came up from the midseason CWL. War and Glory winning the crown down there, and Tactical Inc. as a very top performer in that league. I really don't know who to pick, man. I think this is a pick 'em. I think this is a toss up. In week 1, War and Glory took the loss to Six Schlitzes. They lost by 2. Um, Pretty good performance though overall. They got 93% total destruction there. Um, and it was a really impressive performance from Tactical Inc. though. But they played a relative unknown in Kansas, so I don't know exactly how, like,
Right. What
what
that
that
means.
victory does. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I don't know where
Yeah.
that benchmark is, for Tactical Inc. But they put up 114 stars and 95% total destruction. So absolute beast performance, from Tactical Inc. So I'm gonna give the nod in this one, to Tactical Inc. And in a draw or something like, a 1-star war. I think it's gonna be close.
I think had I gone first, I probably would have said the exact same thing, but I'm gonna be a contrarian and just pick War and Glory. It's gonna be super, super
It is a
close.
pick
I
'em,
mean,
right? I
yeah,
mean,
it is. At
so
its
yeah,
heart, it's
taking
yeah.
taking War and Glory gives you that opposing viewpoint. I like it.
That's right. Yeah, I'm just gonna be a contrarian on this one.
Cool. All right, next up we've got North Watchers versus Dark Looters Z.
You know, I can't I'm I can't imagine an outcome that North Watchers wins this war. Nothing against them, but it's sort of like we talked about. I think we're on two different tiers here. Dark Looter Z is really, really strong. Really, really impressive first week performance against Mariana Trench, which is also a very strong clan. So I'm going Dark Looter Z.
Yeah, I am. I'm in the same boat with you there. We've played Dark Looter Z fairly recently, and they beat us by a star. That one wasn't a 30v30, but they were impressive, man. And I didn't know a lot about I don't want to call them feeders or sisters, I guess, of Dark Looters. I didn't know if they were on the same plane as far as like talent level and
Hmm.
quality, because obviously Dark Looters is top tier. They're one of the best clans in the world. But when we got an opportunity to see Dark Looter Z, I was like, dude, these guys are legit. Like these
Yeah.
are good players. And I think that again they've kind of proven that in week 1, coming out with a pretty dominant victory over Mariana Trench.
Yep.
I
Yep.
gotta
I
go
agree
with
with
them. I
that.
gotta go with DLZ.
Yep. I agree. I just can't. I've thought about it. I just can't see an outcome. I, I just can't see it going the other way. So yeah.
We love you though, North Watchers. I mean,
No, nothing against
nothing
North
personal.
Watchers. I just think that they're going to be in for a long weekend. But we'll see. Maybe they'll shock the world. All right, last
Any
one,
given
man.
Sunday, though, right? I mean, all these clans, I think, if they have their best performance and the other team struggles, I think the outcome could go either way in all of these wars.
You know I've said it forever. Any given Sunday, man. Anybody can win. Anybody can screw up. It can happen to
Absolutely.
anyone. So, but the last matchup, the battle of the Reddits,
Oh,
Reddit
Reddit's.
Omega, Reddit Alchemy. So this is going to be an interesting one, just on a fun personal level that the Reddits are going at each other.
I always feel like there's a really big rivalry with the Reddit clans as
Yeah.
well. I'm not a big like Redditor guy, even though I do have like an Ask Me Anything like you do next week. So
Yep.
I'm getting more into the Reddit scene, but like I still feel like there's that friendly rivalry there, or maybe even not so friendly. I don't really know. But like Alchemy has had a really good run since the second half of the season last year, in season 1, and Alchemy is a solid clan. They're putting up good performances, but they did take down Annihilate in week 1 by 1 star. Whereas Reddit Omega took the loss to OneHive by 1 star. But Omega was impressive. I think you'd agree in saying that they were a very solid looking clan. They have some beasts over there, as everybody knows. And I cannot see them starting the season 0-2 and coming out following up that one high performance that I'm sure made them a little bit angry and wanting to take their revenge out on somebody. I can't see him coming away from this one with a loss. I got to go with Omega.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to agree with you. Nothing against Red Alchemist. I think they're a good clan, but just from experience, personal, watching that first week war against One Hive, Reddit Omega has some absolute beast, and their Town Hall Nines put out the best performance of any clan of Town Hall Nines I think I've ever seen ever. They were like 21 for 26, 3 stars. Okay,
That's
they knocked
crazy.
them out so fast. It was like 3 hours, and we had no Town Hall Nines left. Now, of course, Town Hall Nines don't determine the war, but that does give you an advantage. It gives you tons. I mean, they could scout every base like all day long. It was insane. So yeah,
That's
I
a
think
huge
it's
advantage when you can
oh
get
wait,
those nines available to scout for you. I mean,
yeah,
it's the difference between going in blind in the end of the war trying to win it, on a fresh hit with a Town Hall 10 versus being able to pile up 3 or 4 cleanup hits on a Town Hall 10 simply because you've got these scouts and stuff available.
exactly. And there's a mental aspect too. But like I said, it happened. It didn't happen like in the first 8 hours. It was like 3 hours in. People logging on maybe for the first time are like, "What in the hell's going on? We're down 40 stars." It was quick, man. It was quick, and a clan that might not have the mental fortitude or the just the experience of being behind and having to come back, like we talked about before. I think it could really shake them up. Yeah, I think Red will make it wins this one pretty easily.
Wow, that's a wrap on the predictions for week 2. I look forward to doing this again with you, man, next week
Yeah, it
and
was
moving
fun.
forward. And I hope that we can get Ash involved too. I know he said he's down for whatever, but I can't wait to get him into the mix.
Yeah, I always like hearing his stuff too. Guys, if in the comments, if you just think we're crazy on any of these, let us know. We'd be happy to hear your discussion on it, maybe some of your picks. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you're looking forward to this all season long. Power Bank, buddy. Really appreciate you doing it.
Absolutely, man. It's always a pleasure. Also, really glad to see you back and supporting the Clash community. I know everybody's missed you, so thanks for coming back, man.
Appreciate it, man. All right, guys. Until next time, PB and J, doing our best to help you guys suck less.
Take care, guys.